Imagine living in a city gripped by a strange plague, one that doesn't cause fever or coughing, but forces people to dance. Not a joyful, festive dance, but a compulsive, violent, and deadly dance that goes on for weeks without stopping. It may sound like the plot of a horror movie, but it was a real event that took place in the summer of 1518 in the city of Strasbourg. This is the true story of one of the strangest phenomena in human history, the dancing plague. It all began in July of 1518, on a street in Strasbourg, which was then part of the Holy Roman Empire. A woman named Frau Trophia stepped outside and began to dance wildly and strangely. There was no music, no celebration. She danced alone, with jerky, violent movements and a vacant look in her eyes. She ignored her husband's and neighbors' pleas to stop and continued her frenzied dance for hours, then days. She kept going like this for 4 to 6 days until she finally collapsed from sheer exhaustion. What began as a strange, isolated incident soon turned into a collective nightmare. Within a week, more than 30 other people had joined Frau Trophia, and by August, around 400 townspeople were uncontrollably dancing in the streets and public squares. The scene was terrifying, men, women, and children dancing day and night, their feet swollen and bleeding, their bodies trembling with exhaustion, yet they couldn't stop. Some historical records suggest that at its peak, the plague claimed up to 15 lives a day due to heart attacks, strokes, and sheer exhaustion.
Confronted with this unprecedented phenomenon, the city authorities were puzzled and desperate. They consulted local doctors who ruled out astrological or supernatural causes and diagnosed the condition as a natural illness caused by hot blood. Based on this unusual diagnosis, their recommendation was even stranger. The cure was more dancing. The authorities believed that the dancers would recover if they expelled this hot blood from their bodies by dancing continuously until they collapsed from exhaustion. So they set up dance halls, built a wooden stage in the marketplace, and even hired professional musicians to play tunes and encourage people to keep dancing. But this strategy was disastrous. Instead of curing the plague, providing an organized space and lively music only worsened the hysteria and encouraged more onlookers to join the frenzied dancing. More than 500 years later, the true cause of the dancing plague remains a mystery that continues to puzzle historians and scientists. Several theories have emerged in an attempt to explain what happened. The ergot poisoning theory. Some have suggested that the dancers may have eaten bread made from rye contaminated with ergot fungus. This toxic fungus can cause convulsions, hallucinations, and involuntary movements. However, many experts doubt this theory because ergot also restricts blood flow to limbs, making it impossible for someone poisoned by it to dance for days on end. The secret religious ritual theory. Others have proposed that the dancers were members of a heretical religious sect performing secret rituals. However, this theory doesn't explain the obvious panic and pain on the dancers' faces as they scream for help. The mass hysteria theory. The most likely theory today is that the dancing plague was a case of mass hysteria or mass psychogenic illness, triggered by extreme levels of stress and fear. In 1518, the people of Strasbourg were suffering under extremely harsh conditions, severe famines, deadly diseases like the plague and smallpox, and deeply rooted superstitious beliefs. Historian John Waller believes that this immense psychological pressure, combined with a widespread belief that Saint Vitus could curse people and make them dance to their deaths, sparked this outbreak of mass hysteria. When the therapeutic dancing strategy failed, the authorities changed course. Realizing the problem might be spiritual, they banned dancing and music. Those who were still dancing were taken by cart to a shrine dedicated to Saint Vitus, where they prayed and asked for forgiveness. There, as mysteriously and gradually as it began, the plague started to subside, and by September, the dancing finally stopped. The dancing plague of 1518 remains a strange and unsettling chapter in human history, a powerful reminder of how deeply the mind and collective stress can influence human behavior. It is the story of a city that danced on the edge of death, leaving behind a mystery that remains unsolved to this day. If you found this strange and fascinating story interesting, Don't forget to hit the like button to support us. And subscribe to the channel to be the first to discover more amazing mysteries and stories from around the world. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you get alerted whenever we release a new video. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What's your theory about the cause of the dancing plague? Share your ideas with us. Thank you for watching, and see you in another strange story soon.
Like and subscribe.